It is 3 minutes past the top of the hour. Welcome to KUTV Primetime News. This, the 23rd of August 2024. A day that has seen a lot happening in the country and beyond our borders. Our reporters have been up and about, interacting with different issues and different people, and they have brought you different stories. Here are the top ones. Six people die in separate road accidents across the country as NTSA calls on drivers to be cautious on the roads. Do away with the new funding model. University students insist, saying it would keep many of them at home. Police destroy 1,400 kilograms of bang worth 44.1 million shillings in Busia County. And traders in Githurai accuse MCA and government officials of collusion and unfair planned eviction. This is KUTV Primetime News with Mutegi K. Martin. That's right, and joining me is the lady in yellow tonight, Lucy Kiari, who will be our sign language interpreter for the night. We begin. Now, 2 people have been reported dead and 10 others injured in an accident involving a school bus and a trailer on the Gitaro-Kikuyu Road. The accident occurred after the bus driver crashed into a stalled trailer at a construction zone known to be hazardous. This comes as 4 other people have also been reported dead in 3 separate accidents in Kiambu, Nyandarua, and Makueni counties. These incidents happen as the National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA, advises road users to be vigilant to reduce road accidents. The Ministry of Health has today confirmed a second case of Mpox in the country. The case is a male truck driver who has a history of travel to the epicenter of the outbreak in DRC. The case is said to have presented to the Port Health Screening Desk at the Malaba One-Stop Border Post in Busia County, exhibiting salient symptoms of the disease. The case is currently in isolation in Busia, with the ministry reporting that it had enhanced surveillance measures for the disease in the region and across the country. We now move over to the education sector, and as the new funding model targeting students in universities and TVETs continues to generate more heat in the country, university students continue to insist that the new proposed funding model would generate more casualties than beneficiaries. Chief Justice Martha Koome and NARC Kenya Party leader Martha Karua on Thursday similarly raised issues with the funding model, terming it as discriminatory.
As first-year students continue to join various universities in the country, the issue of funding through the new higher education funding model seems to be a thorn in the flesh of many parents and students who continue to insist for the old system, which they term as indiscriminate.
During admission, we have found out that most of the people have been placed in band 4 and 5. And one of the MTI, they suggest that they will consider the high school that you went. And most of our students and most of the needy students have been taken to maybe scholarship like Equity Bank. They have all the scholarship. So you can go to Alliance with a scholarship, maybe from a private agent. But now when they come and consider that you went to Alliance High School, they think that you are managing that, and they will place you maybe in that band, not knowing how you survived in high school.
Despite the government allocating 82 billion shillings in the model since its launch last year, the model continues to spark reactions even within key stakeholders within government and the opposition.
That a child who has qualified to go to the university can be there crying, saying, look, I've been put in band 5. Is it band 5? When I ought to be in band 1, and therefore I cannot afford to go to the university. And when you follow, you find the person, the child of a well-to-do family has been put in band 1.
Barely hours after University of Nairobi students issued a notice expressing their intention to rally a protest on September 2nd against the new higher education funding model, Machakos University students on Friday stated that the model spells doom for students from poor families who are a majority and therefore should be done away with.
They are saying that they are helping the more needy person, but now take a scenario of a more needy person taking an engineering course or a medicine course or a medical course. This person is going to have the 25% loan of the tuition. It is also given a help loan. So if you can imagine what this person is going to have at the end of this process, then it's more of a burden. So this system is like the President William Samoei Ruto is giving us loans to educate ourselves, then we give him back the loans after education. So we are not going to support that scheme.
During the unveiling of the new higher education funding model in May 3rd, 2023, President William Ruto stated that through the means testing instrument, the new funding model seeks to ensure that the able parents pay more compared to the less fortunate, as opposed to the differentiated unit cost that guaranteed every student's 80% of loans.
We need a funding model that is not focused on the university, but focused on the student. And that is why, in this new model, we are increasing scholarship and loan for students from vulnerable families from 80% to 95%. As it was difficult before, so it is now, but the right decisions need to be made anyway. We will celebrate them further down the road.
The model categorizes students into 5 financial bands, each offering different levels of government support based on a family's income and the financial needs of the student. University students are now calling upon the Kenya Kwanza government to listen to the views of the majority and at the same time asked all elected leaders in the country to intervene and raise voices and stop keeping quiet while students were being exploited by the government. Theo Masharia for KUTV.
In other news, police have destroyed 1,400 kilos of bang worth 44.1 million shillings in Teso South constituency, Busia County. Overseeing the operation was Busia County Police Commander Mohammed Abdile, who stated that the bang was seized for over a period of 6 months after being smuggled into the country from Uganda.
1,400 kilograms of bang worth 44.1 million shillings has been destroyed in Teso South Busia County after police seized the drugs over a period of 6 months. The county commander Mohammed Abdile oversaw the operation after requesting court authorization for its destruction, preventing it from entering Kenyan market.
Leo tumekuja kuharibu mimea ya bangi ambao ni kilo 1,400 with a street value of 44,100,000. Kesi ya hizo vitu iliisha, tulipeleka kotini na tukomba ruhusa ya kuja kuharibu hapo kwa dumping site ya Busia. Hii bangi tulipata kwa period of 6 months hapo Busia.
Commander Abdile congratulated the police officers who prevented the drugs from reaching the hands of the youth, while confirming that 6 individuals involved in the smuggling of the illegal weed have been arraigned before court.
Nawashukuru askari wenzangu kwa kufanya kazi kushika hivi vitu ndio isiharibu our young generations. So far tumepeleka watu 6 kotini na tumewamestakiwa. Bangi zingine tulipata zikiwa kwa kichaka tayari kusafirishwa kwa sehemu mbalimbali ya Kenya, na tulipata, na baada ya kesi yao kuisha tuliomba idhini kutoka mahakama kuja kuharibu.
Abdile also issued a strong warning to those involved in the marijuana trade, stating that the government will fight against them and emphasizing that there is no market space in the country for those trafficking marijuana from the neighboring Uganda.
Napata habari watu ya Uganda wanasema shamba iko Uganda lakini soko iko Kenya. Lakini we are proving them wrong that hatuna soko ya bangi hapa wa nchi ya Kenya. Wale wanafanya kazi ya bangi tunawapea onyo ya kwamba tutapatana hao na tuko na hao macho kwa macho na hawataepuka mkono serikali.
Deputy Commissioner of the County Calvin Munari urged citizens to cooperate with security officers by providing any information about those involved in the drug trade in order to protect the younger generation from the dangers of drug abuse.
Tunaomba wananchi wote ambao wako na information kuhusu watu wote ambao wana engage na hizi activity waweze kushare na maafisa wetu ili tuweze kusave hii generation ambayo inaweza kaenda kuwa destroyed wakiengage na utumiaji wa mihadarati.
These efforts are part of strategies the government is implementing to combat drug abuse in the country. Brian Tobiko, KUTV.
Traders in Githurai, Kiambu County are resisting eviction to make way for a proposed bus stage. The traders, including mechanics, food vendors and border operators, allege that a local MCA and officials are colluding with a cartel to displace them without proper notice or public participation without considering their livelihoods.
600 traders in Githurai, Kiambu County have voted to resist eviction plans aimed at clearing space for a new bus stage. The affected group includes mechanics, food vendors, welders and border operators who accuse a local member of the county assembly of collaborating with the cartel for personal gain. The traders claim that the MCA along the local administrator and officials from the Kenya National Highways Authority are pushing for the evacuation under the pretense of establishing a bus park.
Sababu wanasema wanapiga twende wapi? Hapa ndio tu mimi najua. Sijui mahali pengine sababu mimi najua toka nikuja hapa mimi najua hii kazi. Mimi hii garage imenisaidia sababu hapa ndio napata ya kukula na familia yangu. Sasa mimi sijui mahali sina kazi nyingine ya kufanya hata sijui ni wapi.
Stephen Kimani, chairman of the New Jubilee Garage, said traders insist that no official notice was issued and no public participation was conducted regarding the project. The garage, which has supported livelihoods for over 15 years, is vital for the community's survival. Kimani further lines that the evacuation plan is politically motivated, aimed at undermining Governor Kimani Wamatangi's development effort for inciting local residents against the administration.
Sijui watoe hizi mavibanda na hizi magari, hakuna mahali wanaonyeshwa ati wahamia hapo. Wenye walikuwa wanaleta hapa. Hiyo ripoti haikuwa na any notice ama hiyo barua yoyote, walikuwa wanaongea verbally. Kwa hivyo hiyo mambo sisi hatuwezi fuata hiyo mambo yao.
The traders, who say they have no other source of income, are urging relevant authorities to intervene. They emphasize that losing the business will devastate the families and the community at large. The send-off highlights the tension between development project and the protection of local livelihoods, with traders calling for fairness and transparency to avoid unjust displacement. Diana Nashipai, KUTV.
All right, it is 17 minutes past 9 p.m. Our time to take the first break here on KUTV Primetime News. When we come back with a lot more. Lucy and I will be back in a few. Stay here.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari-ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimweli. Get ready to embark on a journey to the exciting world of technology as we uncover the latest trends, interview top thought leaders, and dive deep into the world of tech like never before.
Currently, we are facing the challenge in terms of finance. It requires one to move from different counties because we really need a large data set for our model to be more accurate.
In this new and exciting series of the Technovation Show, join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Monday, 8:30 p.m. for a fun and thrilling experience as we explore the cutting-edge developments, meet visionaries driving change.
Somebody who is in the underground mine doesn't know the presence of those gases. So there are a lot of gases involved. There is methane, there is carbon monoxide, and there is also hydrogen sulfide. These gases actually, they are very dangerous and they are very toxic.
And discover the endless possibilities of the tech world.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Mutegi K. Martin. Welcome back. Remember, this live broadcast is also streaming on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya. And of course, our conversation is happening live on X at KUTV_Kenya. Now we move over into beyond our borders, and Somalia's Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit, EOD, has launched an initiative focused on giving their experts more training on how to defuse and dispose of bombs. Developments happening as the East African nation experiences ongoing car explosions and suicide attacks resulting from violence between the army and insurgents who are linked to Al-Qaeda terrorists.
In a dusty field on the outskirts of Mogadishu, a controlled explosion sends a plume of smoke into the air. This is just another day for Somalia's Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit as they tackle the deadly legacy of 3 decades of civil war. Here is Mohammed Ahmed, a member of the police's EOD.
In this scenario, a bomb was fixed to the car of a director. The explosives unit police struggled, but we dismantled it. We kicked it out, meaning we stopped the threat. There was risk, but we prevented it and saved the car. This is how the mission ended.
During training exercises, officers like Ahmed practice dismantling booby-trapped vehicles, simulating real-world scenarios. Car bombings and suicide attacks with vehicles are a common occurrence in Somalia, where insurgents linked to Al-Qaeda have been fighting the government since 2007. In a recent attack, Al-Shabaab militants used a car bomb to blow up a restaurant in the capital, killing 5 people.
We fear and feel like we are risking our lives. but we work carefully together and consider that we're saving the lives of our citizens. You will always feel great risk in your life.
After 3 decades of civil war in Somalia, Ahmed's unit has to deal with the estimated 1 million mines and other unexploded ordnance across the country. These have killed or injured more than 1,700 people, according to the United Nations Man Action Service.
And a green revolution is sweeping across Pakistan as consumers switch to generating their own solar electricity. However, as VOA Pakistan Bureau Chief Sarah Zaman reports, the move to the increasingly affordable green option may also cause a crisis for the national grid.
Across Pakistan, consumers are turning to solar energy to save money on skyrocketing electricity bills. Asim Ayub Butt in Islamabad shelled out nearly $3,500 this summer for a rooftop solar electricity generation system.
Electricity is becoming more expensive day by day. We wanted to get this last year, but they were expensive. Now the cost has come down, so we decided to get it this year.
Using electricity produced from sunlight and selling excess units to the grid, the family has seen its electricity bill cut in half. It hopes to recover the investment in solar energy in about 3 years.
My children are even more excited than I am that we'll be able to use electricity more freely by next summer.
Between June 2023 to May 2024, reports say grid-connected rooftop solar electricity generation in Pakistan grew more than 300%. Oversupply of Chinese solar panels is slashing costs, making the switch affordable for many.
Producing electricity through solar energy is environmentally friendly and it's becoming easier on the pockets of Pakistanis. But the way Pakistan's power production and distribution system is currently set up, the growing popularity of this green and affordable technology can also cause a crisis.
Pakistan is struggling to pay billions in debt to companies that build power plants, many Chinese. Contracts require paying for the generation capacity of a power plant, regardless of whether consumers use all that electricity.
Yes, we are in a catch-22 situation where as many people who get off the grid, the capacity payments is actually shared by a much lesser amount of, much lesser number of users who stay on the grid.
This means bigger bills for the poor and more trouble for the grid.
As battery prices come down and electricity tariffs go up, everybody would want to invest in batteries and go completely off the grid. If they go completely off-grid, demand will decrease further, and this will not be good for the financial stability and reliability of the power system.
Nearly 63,000 Pakistani consumers, mostly residential, have solar power systems tethered to the grid, according to official data. That number is expected to grow exponentially. The government is not discouraging the switch to solar energy, but it hopes to save the grid.
We're really looking at the industrial sector to be able to give us that push in the demand that we're expected to have.
Domestic consumers like the Butt family see no turning back.
This trend will continue. Those who can afford it are moving to this system. Those who can't, the government should do something for them.
Sustaining the grid may require an overhaul of the power generation and distribution system. But for Pakistanis looking for savings, solar energy is a ray of hope. Sarah Zaman, VOA News, Islamabad.
It is 9:27 p.m. Time for us to take another short break here on KUTV Primetime News. When we come back, we have more news. Stay tuned.
Repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Hello everybody! Welcome to Engine, where we ask the coolest questions in science! Let's go! Is yogurt really just rotten milk? Why do humans need sharks to survive? How did a 12-year-old boy from Africa invent modern vanilla farming? How do you deliver medicine to a chimpanzee? Can poop be useful? How can you save the planet by reducing air pollution? To help us answer these questions, we are inviting some wonderful guests from the world of science. They will enlighten you, make you hungry for knowledge, oxygenate your brain, and make your ideas flow. This is Engine Season 3. Let's go!
They are powerful and influential. They make decisions in politics, education, finance, agriculture, health, sports, and all aspects of human life. But the impact of their decisions falls on you, the common citizen. KUTV Primetime News Thursday. We ask bold questions and pursue answers to the core to bring you closer to the story. We couldn't have it any other way. Join me, Auma Evans, as I raise matters of social concern to raise your voice from the background to the foreground.
Welcome, and this is Sports News. Now, the Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Kipchumba Murkomen, has stated that the ministry will soon gazette the standards of building a stadium so that they can identify and publicize the stadiums that are certified and ready to be used by the public. This move aims to provide an opportunity for the public to scrutinize the stadia per FIFA standard and avert situations where stadiums do not last even for a year. According to the Sports CS, the ministry will equip each stadium with training facilities to aid athletes in their training season. Once again, the CS for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Kipchumba Murkomen, has today flagged off the Kenya Under-20 athletics team in Kasarani as they set off for the World Athletic Championships slated for 27th to 31st of August at Lima, Peru. Kenya will be aiming to surpass their last performance in the last edition of their championships in Colombia, where Kenya finished fourth with 10 medals, including 3 gold, 3 silver, and 4 bronze. We've come to the end of our bulletin tonight. Thank you so much for joining us for slightly more than half an hour of information on what's happening in the country and beyond our borders. Be sure to join us and continue watching KUTVNEWS Experience as we take you back to normal programming of entertainment, educative programs, and all kinds of information that you will get through this particular channel, including news, from our international arenas. We've come to the end of the conversation tonight, but the conversation still goes on, for we usher in Mizizi Weekendi tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. and Weekend Live at 9 p.m. tomorrow and Sunday. Lucy Kiare is our sign language interpreter for tonight. My name is Mutegi K. Martin. Good night.